Okay, Dan from Russia with love. Big Sergey Shelestov taking the stage. The big Russian, talk about close to 300 pounds. This guy's tipping the scales right up there. A very big man. Again, he needs a little bit of polish. Personally, I thought he got overlooked at the Ironman this year. I think he could have placed a little bit higher there. Sacramento, he wasn't as good as shape. He smoothed out a little bit. And this morning, he was definitely flattening out as he was going. But, you know, same thing, Dan. Now, as we're looking, he's about 5 shades darker than he was this morning, which has really highlighted his physique. Look how much better his physique looks now, darker with the oil on under the lights than it did this morning.
I'm glad you pointed that out because it was unavoidable to notice that when he walked out for the finals. It was obviously somebody tapped him on the shoulder and said, you got to do something about that color. And Bob, you can't emphasize enough how critical it is under these lights on a stage like the one they have here in Columbus. If your color is off, it really basically compromises everything else you've done to lead up to that point.
No question, Dan. You said it this morning. Why would you put all this money, time, effort, 14 weeks of diet and hell to get on that stage only to leave out the most basic of fundamentals that you need as a bodybuilder, and that is to be dark on stage?
It's impossible to talk about Shelestov without talking about Alexander Fedorov, of course, the other Russian bodybuilder who came over with all sorts of promise and expectations, none of which he lived up to. What can we expect here?
Well, you know, I think Shelestov has a better shot. He looks like he's injury-free. Certainly nothing that I picked up on. Wow, look at the, you talk about injury-free. Not only that, but flexible as well. How about the 300-pounder doing a splits, Dan? But I think he's going to fare better than Fedorov has. Again, he's got a very good base. He's a very big man, and he's put together pretty good for a big man aesthetically-wise. So I think you're going to see better things from Shelestov in the future.
I was going to tell him he had to exit the other way, but he's a former captain in the Russian army, so I let him just go right on by.